Here we are in Poser 4. Now we need to load a character from the Poser library. Figures, and we're going to use from the Peoples folder, the nude boy. So we load that. Now we cannot export this geometry and make a morph from it. It's impossible. However, we needed to know this information of where this particular character is inside Poser. So it's figures, people, and nude boy. So from here, we need to open up Windows Explorer. Here we are in Windows Explorer. I've navigated to my Poser directory. We need to go to Runtime, Characters, which is the same thing as Figures. Down to People is which the folder where our nude boy is at. And here's the CR2. We need the CR2 for a reason. We have a choice of way to open it. I'm going to use this. You can download this from my website. Here's where the path to the geometry. Runtime, geometry, nude boy, boy T. So there's our geometry. Like I said, you can use something other than what I'm using if you wish, which would be, and it's very similar, except I don't like it. Because this here is much nicer. This can be very helpful when you're doing some editing. But anyway, like I said, you can download it from my website. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to keep it available though. We're going to go into the geometry. Now we need to navigate down. Find nude boy. And here is the geometry. Copy the geometry and take it to a folder of your making. In my situation, I made and paste it in there. Next step is open up 3D Studio Max and go from there. Here we are in 3D Studio Max 2013. This should also work clear back to 2009. Let's get started. Let's import that geometry. I just clicked on now navigate to where we placed it. Put it in the Poser drive. Here we go, right here. And we want, here's the settings we're going to use to get the geometry in. This down here is more or less a waste of time. This is the critical part right here, the size. So let's import it. So here it is right here. Let's expand this viewport. Let's select the leg. Let's select vertex. Soft selection. I'm going to increase to kind of make it smoother around. And we're going to pick a lot more area for the geometry to be influenced by. Now we're going to move this. Now, what happens is when you move this geometry like this, this becomes your morph. And in Poser, at this point right here, it would be 1000. In other words, 1,000. Okay, keep this geometry selected. Now we're going to export it. We're going to export selection. I'm going to go to OBJ, and we're going to export it. I'm just going to name it here. Going to overwrite. Here's the settings that you would be using for exporting. This is very critical right here, as well as this. So now let's export. This area down here is a waste of time again. So let's export. It has been exported. Next step is open up Poser and basically apply the morph. Here we are back in Poser 4. Now let's apply that morph. This should work on any of the versions of Poser for the same character. Okay, let's need to navigate to our folder that we had made. And there's the morph. Let's load it. You can name it whatever you want. I'm going to just leave it this way because I'm not going to save it on the character. Now let's test it. See, the character doesn't move at all. So the morph works good. Now when I was talking about like 1,000, let's put this at 1,000. This is exactly where you left it in 3D Studio Max. So that shows the full influence of what you created in 3D Studio Max. So it can go either way, but there's something else we need to do. Let's just quickly neutralize this. We need to take the morph and do some work to it. So let's go into Windows Explorer and let's find that morph, which is right here. Let's open it up in whichever program you wish. Now what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to go ahead and stamp out the numbers, and we're going to go down to the end of, start right here and go all the way to the bottom. It's going to take a little while. We're going to make this morph really small in comparison to what it was, and we'll show you shortly after it's completed. Okay, now you can delete that. And so now this is basically what you have left right here. So now we want to do a save. Let's do a save as. Let's just change it by adding one more decimal. Okay. This is now complete, so we can close it, and here it is. Now let's see the overall change of the two. Here is before. Notice the amount of kilobytes. Here is the after. It's 14 kilobytes. One heck of a big savings. Now, will it work in Poser? Let's find out. Let's open up Poser. Let's select that leg. Let's load that morph. Go back to the same directory, and there it is. And let's load it. Let's put it in. Okay, so we know which one it is. Now let's apply that morph. The same thing exactly at 1,000. It's the same as what you created in 3D Studio Max. Hopefully you have learned something from this tutorial. We'll see you later with some more.